You're standing on American ground, dust under your boots, wind moving quietly across hills that look completely ordinary. Nothing shines, nothing sparkles, and yet, beneath places just like this, millions of ounces of gold still remain undiscovered. Here's the surprising truth most beginners never hear. Gold nuggets are not gone. They're misunderstood. People search where gold was found before, while experienced prospectors search where gold is quietly being revealed right now. So today, instead of chasing myths, you're going to travel across the United States and uncover 5 locations where geology, history, and nature still work together to expose gold nuggets naturally. But as you listen, ask yourself one question. If you stood in these places today, would you recognize the signs? Because by the end of this journey, you might realize something unexpected. Gold isn't hiding from people. People are simply looking the wrong way. America's relationship with gold began long before modern prospecting tools existed. Mountains rose, volcanoes erupted, oceans retreated, and deep underground, mineral-rich fluids forced gold into fractures within ancient rock systems. Millions of years later, erosion began its slow work. Wind cracked stone, heat expanded minerals, cold fractured mountains, and gold, heavy, stubborn, patient, started moving closer to the surface. Not everywhere, only in very specific landscapes. Which brings us to the first place most people underestimate. Out in Northern California lies a region that changed world history forever. The Sierra Nevada foothills. But forget the famous rivers you've seen in documentaries. Experienced nugget hunters often leave waterways behind and walk the slopes instead. Why? Because gold veins originated high in these hills. Quartz veins cut through metamorphic rock like frozen lightning. As weathering breaks these veins apart, gold slowly releases downslope, not carried far, just enough to settle in shallow soil pockets, decomposed bedrock, and ancient hillside channels. Imagine walking a dry hillside scattered with white quartz fragments. Rust-colored soil appears between rocks. Iron staining marks slow chemical decay. Ask yourself, why would quartz appear broken and spread across a slope instead of remaining in solid veins? Because the mountain itself is dismantling gold-bearing rock piece by piece. Many nuggets found today never touched rivers at all. They simply fell downhill over thousands of years. Prospectors who understand this don't chase water. They follow gravity. Now travel east into Nevada. At first glance, it looks impossible. Dry desert, harsh sun, endless rock. But Nevada produces more gold than any other state in America. And here's the secret beginners miss. Desert weathering exposes gold differently than wet environments. Temperature swings expand and contract rock daily. Tiny fractures grow wider each season. Oxidation transforms sulfide minerals, weakening ore from within. Eventually, rock crumbles into soft material prospectors call rotten rock. Inside this decomposed stone, gold often remains close to its original source. Walk across certain Nevada hills, and you'll notice something strange. Ground colors change suddenly. Gray becomes red. Red becomes yellow. Yellow turns chalky white. These color transitions reveal hydrothermal alteration zones, ancient pathways where gold-bearing fluids once traveled. Most people drive past them without stopping, but those who recognize altered ground begin scanning slowly, not for shine, for structure, broken ridges, quartz fragments, heavy float rocks scattered across slopes. The desert doesn't hide gold, it unwraps it. Next, we move north to Alaska, and immediately everything feels different. Cold air, dense wilderness, mountains carved by glaciers. Many believe Alaska gold exists only in rivers carved by ice. But glaciers did something far more powerful. They scraped entire mountainsides, grinding rock like sandpaper across the landscape. When glaciers melted, they left behind unsorted debris called glacial till, mixtures of clay, stones, and heavy minerals. Gold nuggets trapped inside this material often rest far from modern waterways. Picture standing on a ridge overlooking a valley filled with irregular deposits. Nothing appears organized, no flowing pattern, just chaotic geology. But chaos is the clue. Glaciers moved everything except the heaviest materials efficiently. Large gold pieces often dropped early during transport, meaning nuggets may lie uphill from streams, embedded within ancient debris fields. Prospectors here read terrain differently. They search benches, elevated gravel layers, and exposed bedrock scars. Ask yourself, if ice carried mountains across land, where would the heaviest pieces fall first? Exactly where patient hunters look today. Now head toward Arizona, a state many associate with copper rather than gold. But Arizona hides a different story. Volcanic landscapes dominate large regions here. Ancient eruptions forced mineral solutions upward through fractures. Gold crystallized alongside quartz and iron minerals deep underground. Over time, volcanic rock weathered faster than quartz veins. This reversal leaves resistant quartz structures standing above surrounding terrain. You may see narrow white ridges cutting across darker hills, almost unnatural lines across the landscape. These are fossilized mineral highways. When erosion attacks them, gold releases slowly into surrounding soils, not concentrated in rivers, but scattered across slopes and shallow washes. Prospectors often detect nuggets near exposed bedrock edges rather than stream centers. Heat fractures rock continuously in desert climates. Each summer expands cracks. Each winter deepens them. Nature performs excavation year after year, meaning fresh gold exposure happens constantly. The land itself is prospecting. The question becomes, are you noticing where it's working? Finally, we arrive in one of America's most underestimated gold regions, the Carolinas. Long before California's gold rush, America's first major gold discoveries happened here. Rolling hills hide ancient metamorphic belts, rich with quartz veins. Unlike western deserts, thick vegetation covers much of the geology. Gold doesn't shine openly. It whispers through subtle clues. Red clay soils rich in iron, rounded quartz fragments appearing in unexpected places, old mining tailings forgotten beneath forests. Weathering here works slowly, but persistently. Rainwater seeps through soil, dissolving weaker minerals. Quartz remains. Gold settles downward until reaching hard clay or bedrock layers. Many nuggets discovered today emerge during construction, farming, or simple hiking. Not because people searched perfectly, because erosion finally delivered gold to the surface. The lesson becomes clear. Gold exposure is ongoing. Discovery is timing. Across all 5 places, one pattern connects everything. Gold nuggets appear where 3 forces meet: source rock, weathering, gravity. Remove one element, and nuggets remain hidden. Combine all 3, and nature performs the hardest work for you. Experienced prospectors don't ask, "Where was gold found?" They ask, "Where is geology actively revealing gold today?" That shift changes everything. Now pause and think. If you visited these regions tomorrow, what would you look for first? Shiny metal? Or geological clues? Because the biggest visual lie in gold hunting is believing gold announces itself. It doesn't. Gold rewards observation, weight differences, color changes, rock relationships, landscape behavior. You begin noticing patterns invisible before. Imagine standing on a quiet hillside. No crowds, no rushing water, just scattered stones under open sky. You kneel, pick up a quartz fragment. It feels heavier than expected. Iron staining runs across one side. Nearby soil shows altered colors. Suddenly, the environment stops feeling random. It feels connected. That moment, when landscape turns into information, is when prospectors truly begin finding gold. Not before. And here's something few people realize. Most nuggets discovered today were never deeply buried. They were simply overlooked, too small to notice quickly, too far from popular locations, too ordinary looking for impatient eyes. Gold favors patience, always has. So as you explore America's landscapes, from California foothills to Nevada deserts, Alaskan ridges, Arizona volcanic terrain, and Carolina hills, remember this. You are not searching for treasure. You are reading Earth's history. Every rock tells part of the story. Every slope reveals movement. Every color change marks chemical transformation millions of years old. And somewhere among those signals, gold waits quietly, not hidden, just unnoticed. Now ask yourself one final question. How many places have you already visited where gold was closer than you ever imagined? Because the next nugget discovery may not happen in a famous river. It might happen on a hillside everyone else walked past. And the only difference between missing it and finding it is understanding what the land is trying to show you. Gold doesn't shout. It reveals itself slowly, to observers, to learners, to those willing to look again. And maybe, after today, you will.